gonna check out what they're doing.
Everybody. Just like Jesus taught us.
You call this sick murder? That's the same thing. You're taking money to kill. No, I'm taking money to get water for my family. That says Planned Parenthood. Right, you gave me money. You gave me money. I'm not with Planned Parenthood. Then why do you have that sign? Because you're supporting something that's for murder, so you are a part of it. Therefore, supporting this. If you pay somebody to murder somebody, you're the same as a murderer. Against women getting gas. I'm not. It's for the pregnancy center. I've gone to OB doctors. They have taken care of me without murdering my baby. You know what Planned Parenthood does? Yes. They murder babies. They murder babies. Is that all they do? Yes. Oh, so they don't offer care for women? No, they don't offer care. Past years, you know, to protect breast cancer. When I was younger, and you know what?
So did I. Yeah, it's a wonderful place. I got everybody from my
You know how much money they make? All the services that they give you. Why can't you surround? Why would you want to support somebody that doesn't give you? Yes, you can. You can't get Oregon Health Plan? No. Oregon Health Plan's for everybody. I'm not saying you have to have Oregon Health Plan. I can't even understand you. I'm not trying to be rude, but honestly, I read lips more than...
I'll take our living.
This is why you need reading the Word of God.
I might not. If it's your conviction to try and convince you. If it's your conviction to try and convince you, I'm full for it.
What's so sad about it? You're supporting murdering babies and you're saying this is sad? This is sad?
So sad is that you're using the Lord's name to do that.
I am not. How am I using the Lord's name?
You're using him to preach the Word of God to manipulate people.
Read a Bible. Read a Bible.
I did read a Bible. I read it.
Then what is on your neck? I'm a pentagram. So I'm going to listen to a Satanist? I'm going to worship a Satanist. Then what is that? You guys laugh and talk and do exactly what God says He will do in the Bible. Just so
Do you realize all the people that you support were out here doing the same thing to us for just being here? For just being here.
Yeah, what would you do if somebody was paying to have your father murdered?
How is that relevant?
What?
How is that? You're
Father.
supporting babies being murdered. You're taking money.
Okay,
for babies
father.
to be murdered.
let's say someone got in a car crash. You're basically running their vegetables.
Let you die. Well,
No,
that's what you're saying.
That's an option. Would you prefer they stay on life support?
What if that was your parent?
I would pull the plug. If they were going to live like that the rest of their life, I would pull the plug. Would you not?
That's love.
Would you not?
You need Jesus.
Are your parents still around? Are your
I would
parents?
not do that.
Are your parents still around?
No, my parents are. My mom is dead, and I have no relationship with them.
Okay, so if someone that you love was on life support and they were never going to come out of it, would you leave them like that?
I would trust in God
That they would.
God kills and He makes alive.
Right.
It's
So
fully up to
would
God.
you let them
Because of my
suffer that
faith
way?
in God,
Would you let
I
them
know
suffer
that-
that way? Answer the question.
Would I let them suffer that way?
They would be on life support.
Let
So why is
somebody
it-
suffer who was in a motorcycle accident instead of letting them go home to God? Would you let them do that?
I trust
I did it with
that
my own
God.
son.
I trust that my God knows what's best, and He can take their life.
And that's
It's
exactly
not my
what
choice.
he did.
It's not my choice.
It is.
It is not your choice.
It is my choice.
No, because that is a baby in your womb. When
No.
you're pregnant, it's a baby.
It's a clump of
It's not
cells.
a clump of cells.
Yeah.
No, it's not a clump of cells. Then why do you
Women's
guys not
survival-
like our signs that show the babies ripped to pieces that
They're
are
not
aborted?
real.
They're not real.
You don't say that's
photos.
real.
And
It's
some of those
not
are
real.
animal fetuses.
You guys
too,
are
on top
lying
of
to
that.
yourselves. You know the truth. I don't have to tell you. You know the truth.
Yes,
God
I
says
read
the word
it
of God.
in
You
Hebrew.
know
Can
the
you
truth.
read it in Hebrew?
And you
Or
chose.
do you go to
You
the
sound
King
very
James?
prideful. Very prideful.
What's wrong with that?
We're all prideful.
Because I
Deal with
read it,
it.
I know exactly what it says.
Are you not prideful of your religion? Are you?
I'm not prideful of my religion.
Why not?
Sounds like a
God
sucky
tells you
religion
not to be
then.
prideful.
It really seems like you guys are. You're out here yelling preach at people in their cars.
Preach. What are you guys doing? What are you preaching?
Do we yell at you guys? Did I yell at you?
I was walking this way and somebody was
Was
yelling
that me?
curse
Was that
words
me?
at me.
Did I yell at you?
You just said, do any of them, I said they preach at, you guys are preaching at people. You guys are yelling at people. You said none of us
It is
did.
not free. He was angry because of people preaching at him. That's why he
So
said
he
something.
can scream and yell and cuss at me and tell me that I'm racist.
Out of his face and someone doesn't listen.
Was I in his
You have
face?
the right to yell
Was
at
I
someone.
in his
Yes, they
face?
were.
So many times,
Was I in his
nicely
face?
for someone to get out of your face. You can politely ask someone, but they're not going to say, yeah.
So it's like we could just keep yelling at each other, not listening to each other, or we could just like be like, hey, I respect but disagree.
All right, have a good day. I really appreciate you guys coming by. Honestly, like freedom of speech, I really appreciate it. I respect freedom of speech, but we're not getting anywhere. So there's no point for you to be talking to me and me to be talking to you. Can we agree on that? There's like we're not getting anywhere. Let's just agree to like on that, please. Okay.
Please leave.
I don't.
Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Funny how you guys tell us to leave.
Please leave. Because that is what you do. That is what you do to respectful people who want to get in your fucking face. You ask them to leave. You're in our faces right now.
No, we're not.
You are just
I'm
repeating
just saying I want to share
stuff over and over again. And in fact, nothing.
I understand. There's plenty of stories out there, and I can tell you stories why abortion is a viable option. But I don't. There's no reason. Stop, please. Let me finish. Let me finish. Please let me finish.
You just asked her why is it a viable option and then spoke over her. So
Let me
her
finish.
speak.
Let me finish. Please let me finish. I let you talk. Did I not? Let me talk. We can go back and forth with your stories and my stories. However, we're never going to agree.
It's not about
No. It is about agreeing because you want to tell me a story to change my mind.
I just want to share a story of what dismantles the abortion argument that people's lives aren't worth anything, especially if they are born into homes where no one's going to take care of them, where they have a horrible life with their own death. That's all I want to share. Because my husband is a prime example of someone who had the most horrendous childhood you could imagine. And if it wasn't for him, you saved so many people. So when children are murdered, you take away that future and what they could possibly do for other people.
And I get that, but the point is it is absolutely important to recognize that there are people in this world that had they been aborted, many people wouldn't be alive. I recognize that. But what you need to recognize is that as women, we're all women here, all four of us, it is our right in our bodies to choose what happens to our bodies. So, hold on. If something inside me cannot survive outside of the womb, it is not considered a living being.
A newborn baby, I've had 3 babies.
A newborn baby,
They can't
yes.
survive without
A
me
newborn
nursing
baby.
them and
But
taking care
is it breathing outside of the womb?
Yeah, but they couldn't survive if I don't
But it
take
is
care of
breathing
them.
outside of the womb.
But if they are not taken care of by a human, they will die.
But if a baby,
Is that right?
if a baby, what you call a baby, who is
Are any of your daughters able to survive without you and your husband?
They are now, but when they were a brand new baby,
No, I mean,
just
like,
born, or even the first
drop
few
them
years.
drop them in drop them in
Downtown
Salem.
Medford, no.
Downtown Salem.
Probably-
And drive back
exactly,
home.
that's, yeah.
You know, and so where does that, what age is that?
So are you talking to her or me? Because I'm saying that even a baby in the womb is no different than my baby that I've had and it's a year old or a 2. No, it's not.
It is. Your womb is literally an incubator for the child. And if it cannot survive outside of that incubator for a certain amount of time, I'm not saying that you can abort a child at a 9-month phase. That's not what I'm saying, oh yeah, kill all babies. But what I'm saying is that if I have a child inside me right now, and I've been pregnant for 8 weeks, and the baby is born, it will die. It will die instantly. I will tell you that. Is that still considered a life if it can't survive?
A newborn baby will survive
If it's
within
8 weeks
24
old,
hours.
if it's 8 weeks inside my womb and I give birth to it, will it survive?
It will not survive.
No.
But
It won't survive with human
a
care
baby at
either.
full term will die without
It won't
being
survive
born
with human
because
care
it's not
either.
being fed.
If it's not in the womb, it will not survive.
Here, my love. Here's money for Planned Parenthood.
You will stand before, you will kneel before God someday,
Somebody
and
who
you will
needs
be
help.
held accountable for that.
Love you guys. Thank you.
Here we go again. This is money for murder. What do you not get about murder? That's the thing. That's your consciences are.
medicine and screenings. It provides birth control and STD tests.
So does the pregnancy center.
But you know what?
What about
there's not enough pregnancy clinics
Why are you so
demographically across the United States to provide the care that Planned Parenthood could replace.
Of color, working class, who can't afford to get a regular doctor.
All doctors are for people of color. Most of Planned Parenthood's demographic is people of color who cannot afford to go to the doctor.
Have you read about Margaret Sanger, the one who made Planned
Yeah,
Parenthood?
look
Look
at
at Margaret Sanger.
Yeah, I know.
Look at where they
She
placed
used to be
Planned Parenthood.
eugenics. She used to be
You know what? I want to tell you this.
I agree with that.
You are very kind. You are very. Normally, when we try to talk to people about this, they're not as respectful and as kind, and I really respect that. Okay. I really do. But listen to this. Look at Margaret Sanger, and look where she purposely placed Planned Parenthoods. She placed them in predominantly black neighborhoods.
30% are in black
purpose.
neighborhoods.
30%?
30%.
So how come Planned Parenthood's now saying they want to take Margaret Sanger off the name of their buildings?
Because she was a eugenicist.
And what
why.
else? Why else? She was racist.
That's what
Look at
eugenics
how
means.
racist she is.
That is what eugenics means. If we compare
Eugenics actually is.
that's
Eugenics
racism.
is about creating a superior race, so yes, it is racist.
She was a racist.
We're
She
all
was.
agreeing, but
She was.
very
Yeah, she
racist.
created Planned Parenthood. What Planned Parenthood is today is not her. That's why they're trying to remove her off of that, because what it started as is not what they want to represent.
No, it still is.
Like
No, it's
Volkswagen was created by Hitler, but
What
we
is
don't see
the-
people
have you looked at
boycotting
the highest number of
Volkswagen.
babies murdered? The what ethnicity they are? I can't even say that word.
The reason
What's the highest number of races? Even though we're all one race,
Right.
the human race is one. But if you want to do the whole race thing, what's the highest number aborted?
and do you know why that
What color?
is? Do you know why that is?
Why?
Because the most povertous race is people of color, black people specifically.
So why?
That's why, because they can't afford birth control. They get pregnant and they can't support the child. That's why.
And that is due to systemic racism, which you guys keep saying doesn't exist.
And but that's the thing. I've noticed that. I won't say you guys because you haven't said it yet. But they have a tendency to say I'm racist because I'm white. For one, you don't know my heart.
Well,
You don't know how many black people that I'm friends with. The day that whole black march went on,
Black March.
What's wrong? What's wrong? Did I not speak how you're supposed to say?
We're all
everybody's
racist in
let's
some
not
way.
get
We have
Well, you're laughing.
stereotypes in
What
our
did I
heads.
say wrong? Everything. We can say everything wrong if we
Say I
want.
have black friends. Where are your black friends then?
Why aren't they out here then?
I have to have them right here. Where's yours?
The argument is saying,
Oh, okay. The one that was yelling obscenities at me and my children when I did nothing wrong.
hey,
I did nothing
let's
wrong,
not-
and he's yelling at me.
we're not yelling at you.
He's your friend. That's okay. Because I'm white.
No.
It's okay to scream obscenities at me.
It's not. Hey,
And to yell at my children.
not at all. No, that's not what we're saying.
That is what you're defending.
No.
And that's what's been going on all along.
That's not what we're saying. I am not saying you're white, so you're racist. None. I don't say that.
She said, "Where's my black friends?"
Yeah.
The day that march went around this valley,
Yeah.
I brought my black friend from
And that's
church
awesome. That's
dinner
really
because
cool.
they just had a newborn baby. I went to see his newborn baby.
That's
And
amazing.
while
That's
all of you
awesome.
were marching around doing violent acts, and that
We
didn't
were not
really-
being violent.
Oh really? Oh really?
I saw
What's happening in Portland?
I saw a man pull a gun out of a truck at protesters and then drive through a crowd. The protesters were not being violent.
Because they were getting in front of their car. When is it okay to
He
get
drove
jump
through the
into
crowd.
Do you think
It is
he
never
wasn't
justifiable to
scared?
do that.
Through the crowd and
When you're in the road?
you have to go
That's
around.
not an excuse to drive through people.
Do you see how many side streets there are?
What good did this do? What good did it do? Tell me what good has all of this
What did the
done?
protesting
What
do?
good has the protesting done? It's caused great division.
No.
It has caused
The ex-
so much racial divide.
George Floyd has been arrested. There's trials going on.
So then why is this still going on?
Because it's not done. The people
Why
who
is it not
the people who
done?
killed Breonna Taylor aren't even they weren't
I
even
don't
arrested.
know who Breonna Taylor is.
She was
What
a-
about all of them?
Hold on,
What
let me
about?
finish. Hey.
Why do you do that? There's so many people dying every day. There's 675,000 black babies that are murdered in the womb, and you say you care about black people. You
Yeah.
don't care.
I have asthma.
You do
I
not
turned
care.
around
It's a
because
lie.
if you could please not. We understand. We're hearing you. I know it's hard. It's really hard. It is. It is really difficult when everything, like the world is like, there is a lot of parent divisiveness. And I say parent because right now, okay, so like, when there's a couch, it's so weird, but I'm here with you. When there's a couch, and there's a couch, and there's something underneath it, we don't look at what it is, right? But we're not looking at what it is, and so we're not seeing it until we lift up the couch cushions, and there's a lot of and decay that has been in the bones of this country. And it affects you. It affects me. It affects our friend over there who is black. It affects all of us.
He's not my friend.
I said our friend.
I
It's
don't
okay.
care what color somebody is.
No, I know.
Screaming obscenities at me and my children.
I understand. I understand. Can I just finish this though? Because I really do believe that oppression hurts the oppressor and the people being oppressed. And that is what's happening right now. And what we are about is educating and getting more
White people
compassion.
are oppressed. I grew up very poor.
I know.
I could tell some of the same stories.
It's not a comparison.
It's not about. It's not
Imagine
about
if you were
comparing.
black, though,
Literally,
in the
it's
same
about
situation.
feeling-
It would be worse.
Literally, wait, ma'am.
No, it's not worse.
Ma'am.
Why is that worse?
Ma'am.
Have
Can
you
I just
read the
finish?
history of
It
the
is-
Irish and the Italians
Yes, I
when they
have.
came to America?
Singled out by cops or anyone harmful because of the color of your skin? Can I also say that? Have you ever?
Hey, tell me.
Answer the question.
Have you seen white meth heads walking through downtown? They singled out by
This is not. I know, but
police?
ma'am. No, what I'm trying to tell you is have you been singled out for your race ever?
I personally have not, but have you seen white meth heads get singled out?
What does that have to do with it?
Yes, you have.
Yeah.
Hey, but
So,
here's the
yeah.
thing. Here's the thing. And there's factual proof of this because guess what? It happens to me. You are out in Coos Bay. White meth head with mental disabilities. Comes up, calls me a nigger, starts pushing me, starts, getting in my face, trying to spit on me because, growing up, oh, big deal. Police did nothing to him. Nothing. They came to me first. When I was the one trying to make sure he didn't get hurt. He was the aggressor. I was the peaceful one. I'd still get treated as a threat. Tell me how that's fair.
Well, it's not fair. It's not fair.
Now, there are plenty of instances where that's not the case. I can agree with you there.
We're just trying to cover up their sons.
I know it's all
See,
about
that-
the whole
the whole black cops killing black people thing, a lot of it is in the hood, in the ghetto. A lot of it is in the ghetto because that's where they put all of their black cops. And all of their black cops grow up with, I like to call it the Uncle Tom mentality, to where when they grow up, they see other black people as threats. The media doesn't cover those killings, they just label them as black on black crimes because it's black on black people. Which, again, is another fucked up thing that we need to expose, but that'll come at a later date. It's a work in progress. A lot of things upset me.
And I'm telling you, the Democratic Party and everyone's alarms are going to go off. Read a history
I
of
don't
them.
think most of us are Democrats, honestly.
For real? That would be a miracle. Read about the history of the Democratic Party. They
Fuck
want
the
to
two-party
keep-
system.
They want to keep us divided, and they want to keep. I don't want to sound racist because I'm not. I love you. But they want to keep black people down, thinking that when they're constantly telling them, oh, white people hate you and we want. I don't even know how to explain it.
Okay,
You're not
okay,
letting
I
they
know
wanna
what you're
keep
trying to
black
say.
people in the slums. They want to keep you depending on them, so you don't believe in yourself. That you
That's why I'm trying to tell people my story, because of these people out here. A lot of these people know what I'm talking about when I say this, but because of this community, because of the white people and the other allies that we have, I've been able to get back on my feet when I had nothing about a month ago. Here in about a week, I'm going to be able to have my car back that I've been trying to fix for 6 months. Thanks to the community. Thanks to the community, where is it? I'm actually kind of freaking out about it. Yes. Nope, right here. Thanks to the community, I was able to get this. When earlier today, I had no money in my name and I couldn't fucking get it. But the community was like, oh, you need an inhaler so you can fucking breathe? Here you go. I want to show people that kind of shit so we can stop being
following along with their plan. I mean, I do believe there's racist people still. They're always going to exist. Without God, and I know you guys don't want to hear about God, but without God, this is going to continue. People are going to continue to hate each other and want to kill each other and do horrible things without the love of God. Without being saved, things are not going to change. We can't be good people without Christ. Honestly, we can't. And I know we can't.
Hold on. I haven't gone to church since I was 14 years old. I don't claim to be a saint, but I'm also no demon, if that makes sense.
No, it does.
I have my moments where I can do some really nice things, where I'll support my friends and stuff, but I don't go to church. I understand why you say there can be no good without Christ, but we're gonna have to agree to disagree because I don't go to church.
Yeah, but I wish you. And I know.
I've tried, but it's just not my thing, you know? Like, I've heard so much stuff that I just couldn't sit with at so many different churches. I'm just like, I'm just gonna go do it.
I had to open
But
the
you guys
Bible.
gotta understand something. When we're all down here, and you guys are trying to stand in front of us, you know what we're trying to do? We're trying to, when you stop, when people murder babies, it is murder. Your soul cannot withstand that kind of guilt. We are really trying to be a help. We're trying to come alongside women. If women would just talk to us, young women, we would help.
But they feel like you're shaming them.
So
I'll let the ladies handle this.
And I understand. I understand that might be where you're coming from, but from an outside perspective, even for someone like me who has really benefited from Planned Parenthood, I've never had an abortion there, but I've benefited from it. But the signs and what you say on the signs don't equate. We want you to have.
But listen, why?
Please
I know.
We want to equate health, and I understand it has to be a shock factor. I get that. We do the same thing. It has to be like, who's the next one that's going to die? I get that. But the problem is that having this conversation, of course, you want to help people, but when mostly men, I'll admit, most of the men that are out here, it's mostly men, approach me, even as a large woman, I get intimidated because they will not take no for an answer.
Yeah.
And so how am I supposed to feel that your movement and what you want to do is good if you don't hold your own accountable? I hold my own accountable. If someone gets out of hand, I'll go in there and say, hey, let's calm down.
But I've never seen anyone get violent. But listen, let me tell you.
But there's a difference between violence and hostility.
Okay, but let me explain the signs. This is the truth, because I didn't agree with them either, and I was praying, asking the Lord, looking it up. Back when Auschwitz, Hitler did his thing, nobody believed that happened until people saw graphic signs of the bodies piled up and what was done to those people.
Right. And I think the difference is that everyone's aware that abortion happened.
No, because you're being told that it's just a clump of cells. It is not a clump of cells.
We're well
Somebody
aware.
just said it was a clump of cells.
It is. So it is. At that point,
I can show
it
you
is.
an 8-week
I've
baby.
seen the pictures.
They have fingers and toes and eyes and ears.
That doesn't mean anything. At that point, it is a clump of cells that just mimics what a human will look like. That doesn't mean it will survive outside the womb as a human, because it won't. If that baby, if we call that a baby that wasn't, torn apart, would that child live outside the womb by itself?
No, but
Would a newborn live outside the
That's my
womb by
point.
itself?
With human care, yes it would. That, no it wouldn't.
Yeah, it's being cared for in the womb.
That's what I'm saying. Is that if that was taken out of, if I had given birth to that child at that trimester, at that stage,
Human stage of development.
if I had given birth to it, not aborted, it would not survive outside the womb no matter what anyone said. And so, how is that considered a life?
Neither will an infant. It will die. It's not taken care of.
That's what. Even if I took care of it, I wouldn't survive.
Your God says I knew this before I joined you. We're all, there's a soul.
I think
And that's what we're here for. We will adopt your babies. Why not let us adopt the baby? Why not let us adopt my baby? I would.
How many children have you adopted?
I've been a foster parent. I can't afford to adopt. Our government makes it too expensive to adopt.
And that's because.
So why aren't you fighting for that though?
Yes.
Why not fight for this?
Or fight for birth control.
Yeah, why aren't you educating people about safe sex and providing birth control?
Hey, listen to this.
There will be so many less abortions.
Listen
There
to
was
this.
more birth control.
There's a lot less.
We don't even need just birth control for women. There is condoms and spermicide for men.
And there's abstinence until you're married.
But that's not viable. People can't do that. That's not a natural thing to do.
Yes, it is viable. So, I didn't. I will confess to you, I didn't.
The sexual education in our school systems does not teach people how and what sex is. It says don't have it. It
No, they
says
don't.
Mine did. Mine did.
Maybe back when.
When I was in high school, what it taught me was don't have sex, and you won't get these diseases. That's what it taught me. It taught me what the physical structure of a penis was, but it didn't teach me what the dangers were of having sex. It didn't teach me why I shouldn't have sex before marriage.
Right.
That's not why it taught
But I
me.
would want to tell you as a Christian, you are loved by God. You are created
by the maker of the earth, and you should value your body enough to not give it away.
Why is that?
Why a man that's not worthy of it?
Why is it not?
What about a woman?
Huh?
Why is he not worthy about marriage? I don't want to get married. Why would I get married? What benefits me about getting married? What benefits getting married? Taxes? What else?
Why would you want to have someone by your side?
Why can't he be by my side without a certificate? I've been with my boyfriend for a long time. We don't ever plan on getting married. Does that change if we get married? No. I don't love him anymore if I get married to him. So why does a certificate say, oh, okay, you got to be together forever now? Why can't I just do it?
Because I believe in the standards of the Bible,
And that's
his
fine.
standards bring great peace.
That's a key word.
And I would love for you to have that.
That is a
I
key
would love
word.
for all of you to
A
have
key
that.
word is belief. You believe that. That is a belief. That's not a fact.
It is a fact.
It's not.
It is a fact.
But you just said
It
belief.
is a fact.
That is
I
your
know, but
belief.
you aren't going to understand unless you know God. It's a fact. And I know it's hard to understand because without Christ you can't understand it. You can't.
I feel like
What
at
is
this
your name?
point,
Do you mind sharing?
I feel like at this point,
I'm Jackie.
Okay.
You're Trisha. What's your name?
I feel like
Okay.
at this point, the conversation we're not going to agree with each other, and I'm glad we had this conversation. I really am.